Hi everyone, so welcome back to Parkitect, welcome back to Six Flags Discovery Mountain. Been about a week since we've been in the game. I've got a little bit done. As you can see, the videos aren't coming out anywhere near as quick as they were before. Obviously this was keeping us going through lockdown, playing these games, and at the moment back to work, just haven't really had as much time to play. But I'm going to still make sure that I get at least 1 or 2 videos up a week. So yeah, in this one we're working on the big dark ride that was quite new for a few of the parks a few years ago, and that is the Justice League Battle for Metropolis, I think is the full name of the ride. Really we just build a big facade here and stick a couple of simulators in just to give guests a reason to go in there. Like I say, in this game I'm not going to bother with doing dark rides, because unless you put like a big glass roof over the top or something, you can't really see in anyway, unless you do the first person mode, which I'm not really going to be doing in this game. So really it's just about making the building look nice. So I copied it from a Google image search like I usually do, using lots of mods here like the new better shapes, and various curved pieces. My favourite future and space piece for the big round sort of entrance, and all in all I think we get it looking quite similar to the ride in real life. And yeah, I have been on this one quite a long time ago. From what I remember, it was a pretty decent dark ride, probably the best interactive dark ride I've been on, because it's like a laser battle sort of ride as well. But I couldn't remember much about the facade or how it looked or anything. But it's actually really well themed for a Six Flags park. I do think they went to town with this one, and it's, you know, that's the route that hopefully they'll start going down in the future as well, building more sort of dark rides and doing better theming and all that sort of thing. Because, you know, their coasters are great, but for me I like themed areas and stuff just as much as the coasters. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they start doing any more of this sort of ride in the future. Like you can see then, I've used the big curved borders. Just they're brilliant because you can resize them as well, just to get that main shape of the front of the building, and then covering in the empty space in between them with the standard sort of flat cylinder shape. I do play about with the colours a bit just to change them, just to try and get them looking right, but it's all just different shades of greys and whites really. And then we put the blue sort of windows inside, and yeah, what I do with that is basically I put the glass piece over the top of just a normal blue wall, and put them quite close together, and then put the pillars in, and it looks pretty good by the time we're finished with it. I also end up raising this whole front section up a bit, because it just, yeah, it looked too flat and too long, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you can do. It does help using the mod assets, but it's amazing what you can create with this game. If you ever find it's limiting, just look up an image of something in real life and try and recreate it in the game. You'll be surprised how much you can actually do with the pieces that we're given. Because, you know, when I first picked up the game I never thought that anything like this would be possible. To be honest, when I first picked up the game I struggled quite a bit to work out sort of how to get a good balance really, because obviously I bought it when the campaign sort of mode was launched. You know, the scenarios. So even with Maple Meadows, I was struggling to start with to just to get a good balance of scenery and gameplay at the same time. And I didn't know that you could snap things using out, so I was just placing things around thinking, why isn't this window going central? Obviously it's a completely different sort of game system to games like Planet Coaster, you know, where you have the advanced move tool, which takes a lot longer, but it's, you know, very precise. But I do think the snap feature, you know, really works well for this game. It makes building scenery so much easier. In fact, I don't think you could really do it properly without having the snap. Obviously sometimes I place things off grid, like shapes and stuff that just that I just feel don't look quite right on the grid, but you know, 9 times out of 10 I'm placing things on grid. And in fact you can change the grid size just by using numbers 1 to 8 or 1 to 9 rather. Yeah, it's just that great thing about placing things wherever you want. And I think it's great as well that you can place things anywhere pretty much. There's no collision in this game, so you can decorate your flat rides, you can decorate your coasters. And now I'm really just banging on about features in Parkitect that I like rather than talking about what we're building. But to be honest, it speaks for itself. You can see the facade there is really taking shape. That's pretty much how it's going to look. We'll just add a couple more details to it. The only other thing I'll mention is the posts, would you call them, in front, just where I've got the raised platform part. Yeah, they took a bit of playing about with because it is a mixture of shapes, and the small little trim borders, the ones that go sort of even smaller than the half borders, just the little end bits. They didn't always go in place, so some of them were off grid. But yeah, it's like I say, it's pretty much a recreation of the facade for this ride in real life. The back and side of the building are just plain. There's nothing added to that. I'm going to try and hide it quite a bit with foliage and stuff. But yeah, as you can see there, I'm adding in the stars. It's slightly different to the actual one because the text curves all the way around the building on the actual ride, and there's no way that we can do that in this game. Or there is, but it just wouldn't look right, so I put the name of the ride in the middle there instead, using some custom text, some of the better letters pack. Okay, so really now it's just playing about with the rest of the building. I do go on to build some more things in this video. I build some Midway, so there's a little Superman themed sort of basketball game there, and an arcade that I felt fitted into the area quite nicely. I move some rides around. I build a sort of what was it, a store, I think, like a Justice League store, like a souvenir shop, gift shop. And yeah, other than that, a little bit of detailing, lighting and stuff, and that's pretty much it. So I'll let you watch through the rest of the video with a bit of music. Hope you enjoy, and we'll speak at the end of the video. 1756. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go then, so that's almost this superheroes area complete. Well, I say that, it's not at all. There's still some more coasters going in, but you can see the main sort of plaza for the area is now looking a lot more interesting, a lot more full, not just empty path. I do need to go back round some of the rest of the park and start filling stuff in, maybe doing some more Midway games and just little stalls and stuff just to fill it up a bit, like they would, like Six Flags, like upsell things anywhere they can make a bit of extra money. They'll stick on the paths and stuff, so that's something that we'll probably look at towards the end of the series, which we're getting close to now anyway. I'm just adding some posts here because one of the commenters said that using the Parkitect toolbox you can resize the beams. I've never noticed them beams before. That is going to be a godsend in future builds, being able to actually resize these beams and match them up with the curved pieces. In fact, I could have done that rather than using shapes on the Justice League building, but I never really thought of it. Anyway, that's it for today then. I'll leave you with the cinematic. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.